Hello YouTube. In light of new revelation, confirmation, and current events that are currently occurring at this moment, the data is very convicting, even more so than the previous data that was already presented. So is the reason to, feeling the need to put this out. Basically, the hopes are that the data is so convicting in weight, in addition to what already has been revealed or shared, that you'll have no choice. You have no choice but to actually ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready for the events that are imminent? They're right around the corner. It is absolutely, it's difficult to accept it, it's difficult to comprehend it all, mentally. It's just overwhelming. It's absolutely overwhelming to come to these conclusions. But with the confirmation that I received from the Lord, moments after the understanding, I have to do this. I have to put this out. So what I'm referring to specifically is regarding the lunar eclipse that we just were aware of, that was over Jerusalem for 100 minutes. There's some very specific information regarding that, but to start off, for a lot of people that may say, well, moons and the heavens, these sort of things, these are astrological things that followers of Christ, followers of Yeshua should not be paying attention to. You're completely wrong, completely off the mark. In fact, that's part of the reason why we're so asleep in this time frame. Moons and everything in the heavens were not just moons and pieces in the heavens. The Lord put them there specifically as timepieces. He made known to his priests, the Levites, to keep watch of the moon, specifically to mark time frames, seasons, when it was that a certain festival or certain feast would start, all based on the moon. So we're not moon worshippers. We're not any of the sort. Moon worshippers, that's basically Islam. The god of Islam is, they are, but that's a different video or story. In any case, the point being is that the importance of the moon is high. There is references to the moon as being the Messiah, or symbolic of the Messiah in certain areas of the Bible. Also, more references specifically to the moon, or the mystery of the moon, being more the church or the bride of Christ. But in any case, the point being is that the moon is of high importance, and when you have events that are very, very, they're showing, they're strange. The full moon, the eclipse, the total lunar eclipse that just took place, it was blood red moon. You have 100 minutes, and this event will not again take place till another 7 years. I believe it's July of 2018. That time frame, again, that's sort of confirmation to other revelation within that time frame. But even deeper than that, what brought me to conviction specifically was I just had a desire, to know how long this 100 minutes was in hours. Why would anybody care about that? I just felt a pricking in my mind to redact it, to figure that out. And you just get your calculator, you divide your 100 minutes by 60 minutes. It's no magic. This is not, some sort of a crazy equation somewhere. But the number is very interesting. The number winds up being a 1 followed by 30 sixes. It doesn't mean a whole lot, followed by 36s, and then at the very end a 7. It's interesting, but it could mean nothing, absolutely nothing. The important part is more along the second piece, the actual the division of 106 minutes on the lunar eclipse that takes place July of 2018. We'll have 29. Will be one. If you do the reduction of 106 minutes, it is a 1.7 followed by 29 sixes, and then it capped off with a 7 at the end. This is very, very important, because what it's showing, what I understood immediately at that point is, like, can it be possible that, because in Hebrew, reading is from right to left. Can it be that 7 denoting perfection, 6 the number of man, 29 generations of grace capped off with perfection? Is it possible? And I didn't do the numbers until a following day. I was kind of fearful of the information. I was like, it cannot be. It's not possible that the Lord reveals this type of information to his servants. you know. But it is something that I understand. A lot of people out there, they'll say, who is this nutcase? Who is this guy that has just come up with this information or whatever? I will tell you that I'm dead. I'm completely dead to this world. I've separated myself. He has separated me. And basically, I rejoice in Him and Him alone. Sacrifice to Him is nothing. It means nothing. I enjoy it. I enjoy giving myself up to Him. Why do I say that, or what's the point of all of this? Is the call to fast that I had, you know, on the previous video. I had already been on a fast for a day or so when I put that video out. I progressed into that fast. Into the third day, I got off of it. And then in that other day, I got revelation. This is where it came. And I do believe, I understand the confirmation that I received immediately after this knowledge came into me, confirms that it's from God. And, you know, I think because of the mysteries regarding sacrifice, we haven't done it specifically. I don't wish to do it to get anything from God, but that's where the mysteries of God are revealed. When you basically separate yourself from the world, you know, He sees that sacrifice, and he gives you a nugget of wisdom. You know, He rejoices in doing that. Specifically, the confirmation that I got, I mean, it was literally moments, minutes. I prayed. I said, Lord, you know, if you want me to share this information, I will, but I can't just walk out and start speaking these things without knowing that this is you. You know, this is I don't want this to be me. For too long, I fought things in my mind where I combat, you know, what is of God and what isn't of God. You know, is it just my personal understanding of things, or is this new revelation from Him? And I wish not to have any piece of flesh in there. I wish not to have any component of myself in it. And just immediately asking that, I mean, sincerely, you know, I didn't, you know, wail or, you know, pray for hours. Just a simple, sincere prayer. I immediately opened my Bible. In my Bible specifically, it says, and I'll show it to you, this is a Jerusalem Revision Bible, 1985. I'm not sure why I was drawn to this particular Bible, but, you know, I've gotten a lot of revelation directly from it. In any case, I opened directly to Proverbs 3:13, and it says, "Blessed are those that have discovered wisdom, those that have acquired understanding. Gain her is more rewarding than silver. Her yield is more valuable than gold. She is beyond the price of pearls. Nothing you could covet is her equal. In her right hand is length of days, in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are filled with delight, her paths all leading to contentment. She is a tree of life for those who hold her fast." In Scripture, it's very specific, in Luke and other areas, that the Lord has written His Word, but He's desired you to want to know it, to get into it and understand the mysteries that He's put in here. So much love. A single word could have X amount of meanings, and I believe that last component that I just read has a double meaning. Specifically, she is a tree of life for those who hold her fast. Is it just simply to hold her fast, grip it, because life is but a moment? Or is the fast specifically there for a purpose, for those with understanding? Because revelation has come. Much of it has come directly under separation, you know, during the fast for me. Why am I saying this? I mean, the purpose is for those people that have not yet thrown themselves at God's mercy, have separated themselves via fast. This is the time. This is specifically the time with these lunar events that are evident in the last day, and the one that's upcoming. If you do the math on the second, you know, lunar eclipse, 29 generations of grace, which is, you know, you can take the 29 times 70. A generation is 70 using Psalm 90:10, where it talks about, you know, man's life is 70 years, and if he has strength, it's 80. It's basically over. It's saying very clearly right there, from perfection of sacrifice till the end of that specifically is 2,030 years. What is the probability of two events being used as markers. You know, already God told us that the moon was a marker of seasons, but you have a marker in 2011 and another one in 2018, and then within that time frame you have a mystery of numbers, a 7 and a 6, both, one of them meaning perfection and one of them meaning man, and then it's capped off with a 7. I believe in quantum physics. I believe in a quantum future. For, you know, if I don't know if you guys have studied or seen any of the Bible codes, I believe that God has always allowed that why, you know, that fork in your road of decision. You either make a decision, you know, to do this or to do that, and they both have repercussions. You do the good or the bad. And I believe that the difference is that, you know, it's over. There, basically, the time frame that we exist in now is so accelerated that it doesn't allow any leeway. Perhaps this is the reason that, you know, in the first blood red moon that we have, it shows 30 sixes instead of 29 sixes. Perhaps that's, he meant to give us, you know, 30 periods of grace, 30 generations. And, you know, since all that has transpired, all the push to force Israel into giving back into 67 borders, it's basically accelerating the time frame of God. And this is what he's, I believe, clearly saying. After the confirmation that I received in Proverbs 3:13, how can it not be? This is insane. I'm asking to have confirmation that what I've been revealed is from him and not from me. And what is the probability of me opening to the scripture? I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm asking you to request your own answer. Request your own understanding, you know, by God's revelation. He's waiting. He's waiting to reveal this to every single one of us. And not just for you, but for the purpose of having this information and taking it forth to those people that are in need of it. And that's basically everyone. I've been blessed enough to be around a good number of people, or cursed, you know, for that matter, and to witness the complacency, to witness the slumber, to witness the sloth in the work of God. Today is the 16th, and you know, the June the 16th, and there's a huge celebration. I'm in the city of Dallas. It's a huge celebration for the Mavericks, you know, and I congratulate them. But you know what? There's things that are more important. If we're walking into the last 7 years of tribulation and things are evident, how can they be evident? Well, the public publishing today, specifically out of the Bloomberg.com, says Europe faces Lehman moment as Greece unravels. Well, Greece is about to default, and what it's going to cause what they call contagion. There's going to be a massive drop. It's dropping already. It's probably dropped over 2% over the last couple of days. The actual the euro. Massive chaos is around the corner. From the moment of full euro collapse, at this time frame, the dollar is rallying crazy. And it's all orchestration. In the previous videos that you can find, the Lord had already revealed certain things. Confirmed through the knowledge that he allowed me. He put me in front of Wall Street. He put me he allowed me to go and study up enough to balloon an ego, have understanding, and start to put that data to use. I traded. I know, and now with the understanding that God has given me the revelation, this was never for me. This was never for my own personal profiting. This was for all of you, all the servants of the Lord. Anyone out there that could benefit from these moments, and prepare for a hell that's coming to earth. God is going to basically put us through physical fire and see if, you know, to cool your heart, to fix you, you know. If you sought him not, you know, in a time frame that you were allowed, then I pray that fire falls from the sky and gets you to your knees, you know. I mean, whether you're in direct line of fire or not, that's a different story. But, you know, if you see all the events transpiring all over the world and think that these things are normal unto themselves, you're making a huge mistake. Perhaps the biggest mistake of your life. Because the truth is, you will have understanding. You will have knowledge of all that you see before you. The difference is, will you have it in time? Or will you be on the other side? Will you be on the wrong side of eternity and attempting to make a decision at that point, when Scripture says that you cannot make a decision. Once the tree falls, whatever way it falls, that's where it is. So, you know, this is very, very pivotal information. You have blood red moons basically capping off showing you directly that there's a 7-year period that's taking place here. What's about to happen? Something pretty spectacular has to be a marker in the earth. If that was a marker in the heavens, then I'll wait upon a marker on the earth. Something catastrophic, whether it's in finance, whether it's something that's gonna bolt you, shake you, you know, and say, hey, you know what, this is completely not normal. Let that be your conviction. Let that be your conviction. You know, seek the Lord now. Let Him confirm it to you spiritually. You know, and from that point forward, just keep blasting. Whether or not they call you insane, or whether or not, you know, you're completely blacklisted from every room, every person, it doesn't make any difference. Sooner or later, they're going to be seeking your counsel. And whether or not you'll be available for them, that's a different story. But, you know, this is not to boost anyone's ego or pride or anything like this. This work is humbling. This work is work for the Lord. How can we even be considered to be doing this work, you know? The carcasses that we are, you know, the filth that we bring, our rags. We need to, you know, pray for His mercy right now. Understand that the time is closing. It's over. This is basically it. I don't believe that we could muster enough prayer, you know, to stop this clock. It's already in motion. He's revealed so much to His servants, showing them that famine is coming, physical famine. I mean, we have the spiritual famine already here for a while. Physical famine is coming to America. This is the second beast. America is Babylon, the financial Babylon that's spoken of in Revelation, that will be destroyed under fire in one single hour. And, you know, there's delusions of people that, you know, well, perhaps I'll wait until, you know, I'm really convinced that this is over. Well, that conviction, like I said, that convincing may be on the wrong side of eternity. There is enough information to let you know that sovereignty is basically moments from being handed over. This country is not who you believe it is. Their initial plan during inception of America in 1776 was for other reasons. It was specifically through the declaration in the back of the dollar bill should make it very clear. You know, there's another video, a previous video that I put out. It was just a small piece of information, but there's knowledge out there. There's knowledge out there to bring you to that conviction. The problem is that there's no more time to gain that conviction. You need to get conviction personally. Seek the Lord, go under His wings, you know, get filled with the Spirit completely and be overwhelmed and be cut off from this world. And share this out. Share it with every single one that you can, you know. And those are my only desires. Those are my only wishes, that, you know, everyone has a peace that surpasses understanding when all hell breaks loose, that you'll be able to give that peace, that you'll be able to be a shining light in that area where you're at. If physical preparation didn't take place during this time frame, then there's going to be servants that are going to need the faith to be able to call down manna from heaven. But that's basically it. My heart goes out to everyone out there. I know that this is pretty shocking information, and you know, for me, when I ran across a lot of the physical data years ago, I mean, I myself took about a month to process this information and basically work my way out of depression or you know, going through the 7 stages. And you need the Lord, you know. You need to hit the wall. You know, you need the Lord to completely convict you that this is true. These are words that come directly from Him. These are words, you know, knowledge and wisdom that humans cannot have. We've had these numbers forever, and they have meant nothing. There's other. What I see is the Lord gives us all pieces, and it's all in the same pie, but it's pieces of the puzzle. He doesn't give us all specific things, you know. I'll leave you with this, and you know, perhaps maybe another video. In Amos, I believe it's 5:8. I don't have it in front of me, but maybe I'll list it. The Lord was gracious enough to give us all of the details regarding His return, regarding signs in the heavens, regarding everything. He even gave us basically an understanding that He returns on a feast, on a day of feast. What day of feast is the question? Well, if we have a 7-year period, and this year is going to be perhaps the beginning of the last 7 years, I say just get overwhelmed with God. Forget about what specific feast He's talking about. But He's coming. He's coming. It's basically over. Have conviction, my friend. Seek the Lord now while there's still time. I love you all. Be blessed.